It's funny because I was actually in the hotel and food and beverage business. And I always wanted a dog. My mother never let me have a dog as a kid because she knew she would have to take care of it. Like, I don't blame her because she probably would have had to, but still, I was a very responsible kid. When I finally got my first dog on a buying trip to Mexico, I called him Mex. I know, original. So I brought him home, and when he was about 6 months, I started rollerblading with him because I'm very active. So we'd go running and rollerblading. And I remember one time, and I still had my restaurant at the time, so he walked into the restaurant, and I saw like his paws, and there was like blood behind him. So I picked up his paw, and indeed it was bleeding. You know, he was a puppy, 6 months, and some dogs are much more rugged than others, but some are much more sensitive. So he happened to be one of the sensitive ones. And I sat there, and I thought, you know what? Why aren't there any running shoes for dogs? And 2 years later, Neo-Paws started. I mean, it took me 2 years to figure out what materials to use. I had a friend of mine, he used to sell those neoprene athletic gloves that we would like weight lift with. And I thought, neoprene, that's a comfortable material. That would be, and it's stretchy, and it's great, and it's warm too, so that would be amazing. I mean, of course, the first prototype was like neoprene and some kind of Kevlar neoprene on the bottom, but those like lasted a week on a dog, so that was like, eh. So I think I've been through like 10 different bottoms, but now we've got the big rubber soles, and you know, they're lightweight, and they're functional, and they're just like, they're like wings on dogs. It's true, you should see them, like they just fly. They fly, dogs fly with the shoes on. They get used to them, just like us. I mean, imagine you're like a caveman and you have shoes on, right? Like, I mean, it's like evolution. And it just happens, they evolve into it. They just progress, it's progressive. I feel sorry for people sometimes, you know, because all of a sudden they have a dog and they have to put shoes on a dog. And these people are not agile. I'm asking them to go into yoga, you know, position 27. It's like, okay, you have to stand above the dog and you got to bend down. And I think that's the biggest hurdle to come, you know, to overcome with our shoes. That would be the biggest hurdle to overcome, actually putting them on. You know, bending down and putting them on and tying them up properly. And then, of course, you have to be ambidextrous. That's another talent. I have customers from all around the world that are like old, young, and they're learning how to do it because people get used to it. And it's a challenge. You know, and then it's great because then when you go to take the shoes off the dog, then dogs learn to give you their paw, like he did today, right? I was like, paw, paw. Thank God he knew the trick already. But typically dogs will learn, just like we learn. It's the same thing. Good boy. You know what? If I had to like do it all over again, would I make, you know, food for dogs instead of shoes for dogs? I'd be richer if I made food, but I wouldn't be as satiated. I wouldn't be as, there's a sense of pride that goes with my work, and there's a sense of pride that goes with knowing I have the best product and the best services.